I come with no other agenda than desperately trying to help people who are in need. And I see that as part of my role.
Kate Middleton and Prince William became emotional, especially when they watched Princess Charlotte transform from a shy toddler into a confident young royal. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge treasure many touching moments in their daughters' growth. They've seen everything from Charlotte's first confident wave to the crowds to her grown awareness of royal duties. But there's one particular event that stood out the most. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll not only understand why. Let's dive in. Some parents are lucky to have relationships with their kids that just give off that extra special vibe. That's exactly how it feels when people see Prince William and his daughter Princess Charlotte together. It's not just about being royal or having fancy titles. It's about this warm, genuine connection they share. It's the kind you don't have to look too hard to spot. It's the kind of chemistry that makes people smile because it feels so real. And let's be honest, in a world where royal traditions can feel super stiff and formal, seeing this natural, affectionate side of them is kind of refreshing. But here's the cutest thing about their relationship. William has a special nickname for Charlotte. He calls her Minette. It's a French word that means small, sweet, and delicate, or basically cute. Kate Middleton and Prince William have faced countless public challenges, but nothing prepared them for the emotional shock of seeing Princess Charlotte's unexpected transformation. Tears flowed, and the world was left wondering what could have happened to cause such a reaction. Stick with us, because by the end you'll understand why this transformation touched them so deeply. People first caught wind of this during a visit to the Chelsea Flower Show, and honestly, it just seemed to fit her personality perfectly. You can tell he sees her for who she is, his one and only little girl, and it's just hard not to think about. It's not just the nickname that shows how close they are. One of the reasons their bond is so strong is because they share a lot of interests. For example, Charlotte loves dancing and William couldn't be happier about it. It's like a little piece of Princess Diana lives on in Charlotte, because as we know, Diana also loved to dance. William gets such joy from watching his daughter embrace the same passion his mother had, and who can blame him? Isn't it the best feeling when you and someone you love enjoy the same things? It's like it adds this extra layer of connection that words can't describe. Some of their sweetest moments together are tied to these shared interests. Remember that time they went to a Taylor Swift concert at Wembley Stadium, and they were dancing like no one was watching? That says a lot, doesn't it? They also love going to shows at the Royal Opera House and attending big sporting events. Like that time they took a helicopter ride to the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Talk about a cool father-daughter adventure. And it's not just about the grand gestures. Even in those everyday moments you can see how much fun they have together. Now let's be real. Being royal comes with its fair share of challenges. It's not all glitz and glamour. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of rules to follow, and sometimes a lot of change. But through all that, William and Charlotte's relationship seems to just get stronger. The world has noticed how protective William is of her. It's like this instinct kicks in. Remember that time during a public event when he helped fix Charlotte's hair? It was such a small thing, but it spoke volumes about his role as a dad. Royal expert Jenny Bond even pointed out that while William loves all his children deeply, there might be a tiny extra soft spot for his sporty little Charlotte. And let's not forget those big formal royal events where they still manage to show their affection for each other. One moment that stood out was during King Charles's first Trooping the Color. Charlotte, without thinking twice, just pulled her dad's hand closer for tighter. Even with all the cameras and palette. Was like they were in their little bubble. Moments like that just make their bond feel genuine and relatable. Kate Middleton seems to have this whole balancing royal life and motherhood thing down to an art form. It's like she somehow found a sweet spot between the pressures of royalty and just being a mom who wants her kids to grow up grounded. And let's be honest, that's no small feat. I mean, how do you raise a kid who's technically a princess while still ensuring she has a normal childhood? Yet somehow Kate does it and makes it look so natural. Like, who else can effortlessly switch between wearing a tiara at a state banquet 1 minute and then showing up in jeans for a school pick up the next? The impact she's having on Charlotte's upbringing is too real. Their bond is so genuine. Remember when they were at Wimbledon together? Charlotte looked a little unsure, and there Kate was gently brushing her hair aside, whispering a few encouraging words, just being that steady, loving presence. And it's not just those high-profile events either. There are all these little snippets of their life together, the ones that remind you they are a family first and royalty second. Kate makes sure to give her children a sense of normalcy, which, let's face it, can't be easy when half the world is watching your every move, but she does it anyway. She's been clear about her priorities since the beginning. Family comes first. This is not just something she says, it's something she lives. 8 years into her role as the Princess of Wales, she's still making sure she's there for the school runs, the Christmas fairs, and those little sports matches. That's the kind of mom she is. No fuss, no frill, just a hands-on, engaged parent who happens to have a pretty high-profile day job. Let's also discuss how she teaches Charlotte royal etiquette. It's not like she sits her down for a formal lesson on how to wave properly or how to curtsy at a state function. Instead, she weaves it into everyday life, making it feel as natural as possible. She gives simple, clear guidance before events, just enough so though Charlotte knows what to expect, but not so much that she feels overwhelmed. And you know what, it works. Charlotte's confidence in public is so obvious, like during that Westminster Abbey Christmas Carol concert. She was poised, graceful, and honestly just looked like she belonged there. You can tell she's being raised to understand her role, but without any of that stiff formality that can make a kid feel like they're carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. Kate's parenting isn't just about teaching protocol either, it's about emotional growth too. She's big on hugs, open expressions of feelings, and just making sure her kids know it's okay to be human in the end. What makes Kate's approach so special is that it feels real. It's not some perfectly polished PR act. It's a mom doing her best to give her kids the kind of childhood that sets them up for a grounded, happy life. Kate Middleton and Prince William are known for their grace and composure, but even they couldn't hold back the tears when they saw what had happened to Princess Charlotte. One thing's for sure, the story is packed with unexpected emotion and royal reality. Stay with us, because by the end, you'll understand why this moment left everyone stunned. Princess Charlotte's journey from an adorable toddler to a young royal is one of those stories that makes you go, wow, she's grown up so fast. Honestly, when you think back to her first little milestones, it's like watching the world's most public scrapbook unfold. And let's be real, who doesn't love seeing a tiny royal handle all those big moments with grace and charm? From her early school days to learning all those intricate royal protocols, Charlotte's story is filled with these heartwarming, sometimes even tear-jerking moments that make her parents and the public smile and admiration. Remember her first big move from Wilcox Nursery to Thomas's Battery. That was such a huge step for her. Can you imagine being that young and having your school transition discussed by the entire world? Most of us barely made it through our first day of school without wanting to run back to our parents, but Charlotte handled it like a little pro. She was all set to join her big brother George at big school, and just the thought of those two going off together must have made William and Kate's hearts swell. It was a proud moment for sure, and one that made the world go, oh, they grow up so quickly now. Those first public appearances were everything. You could already see the confident little spark in her, the one that's kind of become her signature now. And let's not forget those adorable photos William and Kate shared when she was leaving nursery in 2018. If you didn't melt a little looking at those, are you even human? The way she stayed composed and poised even when all eyes were on her was just so endearing. Of course her parents were always right. They're giving her that gentle guidance and reassurance. Isn't it sweet how they always seem to know when she needed just a little nudge or a comforting smile? Speaking of learning the ropes, or in her case royal protocols, Charlotte has nailed it. Can you imagine being a kid and having to remember all those formal greetings, ways, and handshakes? It's a lot. But Charlotte took it all in stride. Like when she curtsied perfectly during Queen Elizabeth II's funeral. That was such a moment. Imagine being so young and understanding the gravity of such a solemn event. And then there was Kate's comforting hand on her back. That moment just said everything, didn't it? It was like even when things got heavy, her mom was right there to support her. But here's the thing, it's not just about following protocols or making appearances. It's about how Charlotte learned to handle attention, and wow, did she learn quickly. There was a time in 2019 when she cheekily stuck out her tongue at the crowds during that sailing Rada. Body language experts always point out how confident and independent she is, and you can see it in the way she often walks at public events without holding her parent hands. Fast forward to her more recent appearances like that together at Christmas carol service. She was so poised, so aware of everything she needed to do. It was honestly kind of impressive, that transformation from a curious toddler learning the ropes to this young girl who just gets it is pretty amazing. And you can bet William and Kate are beyond proud of her. They beam with pride, and you can feel it, especially when she handles tricky situations with a level of maturity that seems way beyond her years. Princess Charlotte might just be the glue that holds the Wales family together in those day-to-day moments. You know, those kids who seem to have this effortless mix of charm, leadership, and just a little bit cheekiness. That Charlotte, believe it or not, her influence in the family is way more significant than most people realize. She's not just the cute kid in the photos or the little girl waving politely at royal events. She's got her way of shaping how her family interacts and stays connected. Let's talk about her relationship with her brothers for a second. She's kind of like a mini mom, but in the most endearing way possible. They call her the Lewis Whisperer for a reason. It's like she has this magical ability to keep little Prince LS in check. Can you imagine trying to get a 4-year-old to behave at official events with cameras flashing everywhere, but somehow Charlotte manages it with just a gentle hint here and a little nudge there. She'll reach out and hold his hand or whisper a quick reminder when she sees him getting a little too playful. And it's not like she's bossy, it's more like she genuinely cares about him. Isn't that the sweetest thing? And Lewis, oh boy, he just adores her. He watches her closely and loves to copy whatever she does. It's like she's his role model in kid form. If Charlotte's standing still and waving properly, you can bet Lewis is 2 seconds Away from doing the same, it's like a little game they play, but one that somehow works to keep everything running smoothly. It makes you wonder, how does such a young kid already have this knack for guiding her younger brother? And it's not just Lewis she keeps an eye on. She's got her big brother George in her sights too. At public events you can often see her glancing over to make sure everything's okay. It's almost like she's got this radar for family dynamics. She knows when to step in and when to just let things be. She's like the unspoken little coordinator of the siblings, making sure no one strays too far from the plan. It's kind of incredible to think how someone so young can naturally take on that role, isn't it? But her role doesn't stop at just wrangling her brother. Charlotte also has a big presence during family events, and her maturity is starting to shine more and more. What's fascinating is how Charlotte's personality is even influencing William.